So I know last lesson was kind of tough with dependency injection and providers and blah, blah, blah. Kind of tough stuff. Interfaces, oh my god. Layering, are you crazy? But this lesson we're going to do something neat, silent, calm, easy. And what we're going to try and figure out is two things. First of all, I want to do so that when John joins here and I say send, you'll see that when I start typing and say hi, notice there's a John now, but there's actually also an annoying comma in the end. That shouldn't be there because there's only one user. We're going to fix that. Yes, I said it would be easy this time, right? Then another thing I want to do is when I say hi and send this, I don't want to show this because I'm not typing anymore. I want to clean this field and I want to stop showing this John is typing, right? So those two issues we're going to fix this lesson. And yes, hopefully they'll be easy. But I will show you a few tricks in order to do it. So let's dive into the code. First thing I want to do is right here, I have my component in the front end, the chat component HTML file. This is actually where we're going to do all our work. I'm going to just separate this into a couple of lines because I just feel when you start having too much code in these guys, they get hard to read unless you really kind of build different lines like this. So in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this into 2 lines as well. And then I'm actually going to open this guy up into a new line as well. So until now, I've not changed any code at all. So what do we do? Well, I want to start knowing actually in order to remove this comma, I need to know what index I'm on right now. So the first thing I want to do, the first step is I need to figure out for loop how I can know the current index. And luckily with Angular, it's pretty easy. I'll do let I equals to, and then I'll just say index. Now this will actually mean that for each client typing I have right now, I'm going to put that index I'm looking at right now into the I. So first client will be index 0, next client will be index 1, blah, 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 blah. I can use that now to actually say I don't want to show the comma always. I only want to show the comma as a span right here, by the way, a span. And I'm going to say ng if the client's typing dot length right here, that's going to be the length. If that is less, or actually bigger than the I, then I want to show that comma. Let's try and do that. Let's try and see what happens. So we'll go back to the code right here. I'll refresh the page. I'll say Lars. I'll do a send, and I'll just start typing. And there we go. The comma is still there. You promised it would be gone, Lars, you evil person. That's because right now I made a mistake. So let's go back to the code. Because if I say the length should be above the I, that means that the length will be 1 right now. There's 1 client, but the I will be 0. So the comma will actually be there. So you have to take length minus 1 in order to get to that 0 in this case and not show the comma. Let's try and go back and see if that helped our problem here. Put in John again. And let's just try and put in a message. Now there's no comma. Let's try and add a second user. Let's say Bill. There we go. Try and put in a message. There we go. Now we have the comma available. And it's not until we actually have 2 users that we see that comma. Let's just add another client right here. Call him Dosa. That's a good name. And he'll start typing. And boom. Now we have all 3 clients typing and the comma is in the correct position. So again, seems like a small thing. And it also is. With Angular right here was a very easy solution. There are other ways to solve this, but I just want to show you one solution right here. So another thing I want to solve right here is when I send the message, I actually want to stop showing that I'm typing. Right now I'm just sending the message. I'm not clearing the message field. I'm not stopping typing. So let's just fix that as well. Let's jump back to the code and I'll jump into the component right here, the chat component. Now what I want to do here is very simple right now. I just want to, when I send the message, I want to just go and say, when I send the message, I want this message form control just to be set to a blank value right now. And again, I know that there's other ways to do this. For instance, I should probably wait for an acknowledgement that this message has been received by the backend and has actually been approved by the backend before I clear this. But let's just make it again as simple as possible for now. I'll refresh the page. I'll go and see if John now, he can send this. And I'll also do the same for Bill. There we go. I'll send this. And now when I start sending the message, it'll pop up. And as soon as I do send message, it gives that small delay and I'm done typing right here. Now again, we could set down the delay if we don't want this to work as slow as it's doing right now. We can also like make different setups so we cannot click the send button again and again. There's a lot of ways to solve this, but again, notice when I start writing and click send, it goes away again. I'm not typing anymore. So that's it for this lesson. That was kind of nice and sweet, I guess, compared to the last lesson where we kind of went into the heavy area. So that's it. See you next time. Bye.